Hey guys and gals, Todd here with Great Escape Farms. I am just finishing up with my 7th tray of peaches that I'm dehydrating. And this is my waste right here. These scraps are going to go to the chickens, but I was thinking these pits here, chickens aren't going to do anything with these, so I am going to go ahead and grow these out, or actually we are going to grow these out together and turn them into plants. I'm going to show you how to do it. So let me go ahead and separate out the chicken waste versus what we want, and I'll be right back. So I have all the pits straightened out here, separated out in this bag, and all the chicken scraps are in this bag. Okay, so on the peach pits, what we do is make sure they are viable. So we drop them in, and if they sink, then they are likely viable, and all of these are going right to the bottom, so they're looking good. If they float, then that means that they are definitely not viable. So just because they're sinking right now doesn't mean that they're definitely going to germinate, but it means the odds are a lot better. Okay, they are rinsed off. I dried them. I rinsed out the bag real quick, and then I added a paper towel in, which is wet, and I squeezed most of the water out, just a couple drips left in there. Let's keep it hydrated, and we will put it in the crisper drawer of the refrigerator here, along with a whole bunch of other seeds that I'm stratifying right now. And we'll pull them out in 4 months. So it is, let's say end of October, beginning of November. So we're gonna go December, January, February, March. We will pull it out and we will put them in the ground. Today is February 11th, 2022, and the peach tree pits are coming out of stratification, and I have a tag here, which I'm gonna put in here. This is just topsoil in this pot, and I am going to take the pits and just dump them out. Spread them out a little bit. I can see this one right here is already starting. I'm curious to see how many of these actually break out of their shell here. So let me shove the bag in my pocket, and what I'm going to do is put about 1 inch to 1.5 inches of soil on top of these, and then I'll take them over to my office and I'll water them in over there. I don't want to water them in just yet because I make a mess of my vehicle on the way over and making these heavier to carry in. So I'll water them in the office, and I will keep these at 62 degrees till they sprout. And once they are sprouted, I'll let them grow for a month or so, and hopefully by April, maybe May, I'll be able to take them out and separate them and put them in their individual pots. Doing it this way saves a lot of time as well as expense with the soil itself. So I will only end up potting up the pits that actually do sprout, and I won't be wasting time and soil on pits that don't sprout. So we are a little over 1 week in, and we have a peach up, and you'll notice that there's peach shells here, pit shells, and that's because I had a mouse in here and it was digging them up, but I still had one that survived. Hopefully there's others in here as well. We shall see after another week or two. Okay, today we are going to pot these peaches up into individual pots. A little bit later than what I would have liked to have done. I would have liked to have done this about a month ago, but I've been too busy with other operations here on the farm. So we're going to lay it in here, and we're going to break the root ball apart. Because this is the middle of summer, it is not the optimum time to be doing this. So after I pot these up into 2-gallon pots, they are going to a shady spot for a couple of weeks to allow them to get used to it. And I'm just kind of ripping these apart here. There's the root. I'll give it a good soaking here in a moment, and then put it in my shade hoop house. And there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and water these in, put them in the shade house, and we'll try to get an update a little later on this summer. Okay, folks, it is, I think, August 8th, and these are the peach pits here. So they have grown up very nicely. What I actually need to do is put a piece of bamboo on it and straighten these up and cut off the side shoots here to make it a straight piece. But they definitely shoot out like this just from the pits themselves. Just know that when you have a peach pit like this, it's not going to come true to form. So if you have an excellent tasting peach on a dwarf rooting tree, you're not necessarily going to get that. For one, most peaches are grafted on rootstock, and it's the rootstock that says how big it's going to get. And flavor, it's anybody's guess as to whether you're going to have a good tasting peach or just a nasty tasting peach. So it's a roulette as far as what you're going to get on peaches and planting them, the pits themselves, and growing them out. But this will be a good experiment, and if it turns out to be nasty and something that we don't like, hey, we will go ahead and graft onto this as our rootstock.